Hey everyone, and let's talk about something that keeps healthcare administrators up at night: staffing contracts. Specifically, what happens when they go wrong. Picture this. You're a hospital administrator facing a staffing shortage. You find what seems like the perfect staffing agency. Everyone's shaking hands, high fives all around. Fast forward a few months and the situation is less high five, more like facepalm. The wrong staffing partner can lead to a whole host of problems: missed shifts, unhappy patients, and even compliance nightmares. Nobody wants that. So today we're diving deep into the murky depths of failed healthcare staffing contracts. We'll dissect the common mistakes that can make or break these partnerships and, more importantly, how to avoid them. Get ready to learn from the mistakes of others, because in the world of healthcare staffing, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, and a whole lot less aspirin for those staffing headaches. Stick around, because we're about to equip you with the knowledge to make your next staffing contract a resounding success. Alright, let's start with the bedrock of any healthy relationship, whether it's with your best friend or your staffing agency: communication. You know how it goes. You assume everyone is on the same page, but suddenly you're hit with a bunch of missed shifts. Or worse, your staff doesn't have the right certifications. It's like trying to perform surgery with a spork, the wrong tools for the job. Clear communication isn't just about being on the same page, it's about making sure everyone has read the same book. We're talking detailed contracts outlining expectations, qualifications, and responsibilities. No room for ambiguity. Remember that game telephone we played as kids? Yeah, unclear communication in healthcare staffing is like a game of telephone gone terribly wrong. Think of it this way: you wouldn't order a pizza with pineapple on it if you hated pineapple, right? You'd make your pizza preferences very clear. The same goes for staffing contracts. Be explicit about your needs, your expectations, and your non-negotiables. Regular check-ins are key. Don't be afraid to schedule those meetings, send those emails, and pick up the phone. It's like watering a plant. Consistent communication keeps the partnership thriving. And when issues do arise, address them head-on. Remember, communication is a two-way street. Encourage your staff and the agency to communicate openly and honestly. Foster an environment where people feel comfortable voicing concerns or asking questions. Trust me, a little proactive communication can prevent a mountain of problems down the line. Communication is the glue that holds a staffing partnership together. It's about building trust, fostering understanding, and ultimately ensuring that everyone is working towards the same goal: providing excellent patient care. So, talk it out, be clear, be proactive, and watch your staffing partnership thrive. Let's talk about everyone's favorite topic: regulations. I know, it's not exactly the most thrilling subject, but trust me, it's crucial, especially in healthcare. We're dealing with people's lives here, and compliance isn't just a checkbox, it's the foundation of safe and ethical care. Imagine this. You hire a rock star nurse through an agency, they're amazing with patients, everyone loves them, but then you discover their license is expired. Suddenly, that rockstar nurse is a liability, and your hospital is facing serious consequences. Healthcare is fraught with licensing requirements, certifications, background checks, and the list goes on. It can feel like navigating a minefield, but that's where due diligence comes in. Before you sign on the dotted line with a staffing agency, make sure they understand the compliance maze as well as you do. Ask the tough questions. What's their vetting process like? How do they ensure their staff meet all the necessary requirements? Don't be afraid to ask for proof, for documentation. Remember, ignorance is not a defense in the eyes of the law, and it's certainly not a defense when it comes to patient safety. Look for a staffing partner who doesn't just meet the bare minimum, but goes above and beyond. They should be your compliance comrades, your partners in navigating this complex landscape. And remember, compliance isn't a one-time thing, it's an ongoing process. Make sure your contract includes clauses about regular audits, updates on licensing, and ongoing training. It's like flossing. Nobody really enjoys doing it, but it prevents a world of pain down the line. So be proactive, be thorough, and choose a staffing partner who shares your commitment to compliance. Chapter 3. No more resume roulette, the art of thorough vetting. Okay, let's talk about vetting. We've all been there, scrolling through resumes trying to find that diamond in the rough. But in healthcare, we're not just filling any job, we're entrusting people with the well-being of our patients. That's why thorough vetting isn't just important, it's non-negotiable. Imagine this: a staffing agency sends you a candidate, their resume looks great on paper, they interview well, but once they start working, you realize they're in over their head, they're flustered, they're making mistakes, and patients are picking up on it. It's like ordering a 3-course meal and getting a soggy sandwich, not what you signed up for. A robust vetting process goes beyond just checking references and verifying credentials. It's about finding the right fit for your specific needs and your unique culture. Look for agencies that conduct thorough background checks, verify employment history, and even use personality assessments to gauge cultural fit. Don't be afraid to be picky. It's your hospital, your patients, your responsibility. Ask the agency about their interview process. Do they conduct behavioral interviews? Do they have nurses on their staff who can assess clinical skills? Remember, you're not just filling a slot, you're building a team. Think of it like this. You wouldn't just let anyone borrow your car, would you? You'd want to make sure they had a good driving record, they knew how to handle your car, and they were trustworthy. The same principle applies to staffing your hospital. Thorough vetting is an investment in your patients, your staff, and your peace of mind. So demand it, expect it, and don't settle for anything less. Chapter 4. Expectation versus reality, setting realistic goals and budgets. Let's talk about expectations, specifically the kind that can derail a staffing contract faster than you can say code blue. We all want the best, the brightest, the most experienced staff, and we want them yesterday. But unrealistic expectations can lead to disappointment and a failed contract. Imagine being promised a team of highly specialized nurses, but getting a mixed bag of experience levels. It's like ordering a unicorn cake and getting a store-bought vanilla cake with sprinkles. The key is open and honest communication from the start. Be upfront about your budget constraints. Don't be afraid to push back if an agency is overpromising. It's better to have a realistic contract that meets your core needs. Remember, a good staffing partner will work with you, not against you. So, be realistic, be upfront, and choose a staffing partner who understands the value of a dollar as much as the value of a good nurse. Chapter 5. Rolling with the punches, embracing flexibility in healthcare staffing. Let's talk about flexibility. No, I'm not talking about touching your toes, though good for you if you can. I'm talking about the kind of flexibility that's essential in the ever-changing world of healthcare. We all know healthcare is unpredictable, patient censuses fluctuate, unexpected situations arise, and having a rigid staffing contract can be like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. It just doesn't work. Imagine this. You have a contract that dictates a certain number of nurses per shift, but then flu season hits, your emergency room is overflowing, and you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You need more staff, but your contract ties your hands. It's like showing up to a dance competition in a full-body cast, not exactly conducive to adapting to the rhythm. Flexibility in a staffing contract is like having a good pair of running shoes. It allows you to pivot, adjust, and keep pace with the ever-changing demands of healthcare. Look for contracts that allow for fluctuations in staffing levels, that have clauses for crisis situations, and that offer options for temporary or per diem staffing. Think of it like this. You wouldn't wear a snowsuit to the beach, would you? You'd choose clothing that's appropriate for the environment and the situation. The same goes for staffing contracts. Choose a staffing partner who understands that healthcare is a dynamic field and that flexibility is key to success. Discuss your needs up front. What are your peak seasons? What are your biggest staffing challenges? A good staffing partner will listen, understand, and work with you to create a contract that can bend without breaking. So embrace flexibility, anticipate the unexpected, and choose a staffing partner who can roll with the punches right alongside you. Staffing success, your prescription for partnership. So there you have it, folks, a crash course in avoiding healthcare staffing contract disasters. We've covered everything from the importance of crystal clear communication to the need for flexibility in a world that's anything but predictable. Remember, finding the right staffing partner is like finding a good pair of scrubs. It should be a comfortable fit that supports you, your staff, and most importantly, your patients. By avoiding these common pitfalls and focusing on building strong, collaborative relationships with your staffing agencies, you can create a winning formula for success. Remember, it's all about open communication, realistic expectations, and a shared commitment to providing the best possible care. Now, I want to hear from you. What are your biggest staffing challenges? Have you ever experienced a staffing contract nightmare? Share your stories, your questions, and your wisdom in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more healthcare insights and advice. Until next time, stay healthy, stay informed, and keep those staffing contracts smooth sailing.